just levitate.
Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to Ryoma74 for actually sharing my video on the freaking forum. Awesome, dude. Thank you. Honestly, like that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool because all the other stuff I see in the other videos have been from a TV. I don't know what TV is, but yeah, thank you, man. Hopefully you shared this video. So, okay, guys. Sorry that I did not notice these new pictures. These are actually from the 6th of October. And yeah, I know I'm pretty late on them. Yeah, was just focusing on other stuff, real life stuff. So, let's check this out because we finally get to see the one that we saw that we got the crappy pictures of that have been, you know, people have been tearing it apart. The one that I think is a defective model or something, you know, maybe it's not real or not, we don't know. Because the thing is that I know what you're saying, but here it says Blitzway, it says dynamic planning, it says Carbotix there, everything there. I have not been able to find these on any of the official Blitzway websites. Nope. None of their social media, nothing. I have not seen them. So let's start right off. As you guys can see, obviously the first big difference is being that these little, I guess you could call them diamond shapes here for the Scrander are red instead of white. Why is that? I don't know, but I do have a little theory that maybe this is a plastic that they put there just to protect it, you know, while shipping and all that stuff, and then you remove it and then you have the white ones, the correct color. It could be that. I've seen some figures do that before, not out of place. But here we can see that pretty much everything is exactly the same. Now I know what you're gonna say, the color 0. This red is not as red, you know, as bright as this one. Yeah, there's a couple reasons why that can be. It could just be that this image here, the quality isn't that good, first of all. Second, it could just be the lighting, and third, the camera that they're using. So it could be any of that. I don't think they changed the colors, because if we go here and here, pretty much the same. And being a person that actually works with a good camera, a real camera, not iPhone, I can tell you that depending on the color correction that you do and the colors, the camera itself and how you set up the shot, the colors are gonna be different. So I can tell you right now that this color is the exact same color. The only thing is that this one has more lighting and the reflections are hitting there. That's it. But I can tell you right now that this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 of those little slots there. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them right there. So that is pretty much perfect. So the Scrander, in my opinion, the Scrander looks perfect. What I was saying last time about these little lines here, well, they're there, as you guys can see. They're there on the official one. Now the little wings here, I know they're pointing this way instead of down, but that you can move them. They actually do have articulation, so you don't have to worry about those. And these look good, and also the jets, the thrusters here look good as well. Sorry about the cut there, guys, I got interrupted. Okay, so at least, like I said, the Scranders match pretty much perfectly. The only thing is the colors, obviously, and like I said, this could just be something that you peel off and that's it, and then you reveal the blue, the white, the blue. Oh my god. And yeah, it does have the blue colors here from the jet propulsion, so as you guys can see there. So the back looks pretty much the same. Nothing different on the waist, nothing different on the thighs, nothing different on the legs. The colors on the legs, you can clearly see that is the gold, shiny gold that people want, so it's there. Same goes here. Like I said, it's probably just the lighting. And the back of the legs here is where, well, we can't really tell that much, but you can see that it does have this slit here. which does have it here as well. So that is pretty nice. So it's pretty much perfect on what we're seeing. Now let's move on to the next image here, which is this one. As you guys can see, this is from the front. So let me just look for one on the front that looks pretty similar to that one. That's the thing, I know, guys, very professional. So I'm guessing this one would be the closest one, as you guys can see here. We'll talk about the sword soon. Again, from the front, pretty much perfect. Pretty much perfect. Nothing out of the ordinary when it comes to this grandeur. But until we get to the shoulder pads. And this, about the shoulder pads, I know they look different. And this is something that I want to point out. But thank you to... boom. Damien Low 84. I assume they forgot to attach the exchangeable parts, and that's why it looks hollow. He's talking about the shoulder pads, yes. And I think you're right. I think you are, because check this out. Hollow, nothing. There's zero zip, nada there, right? Well, they do have another image, and as you guys can see here, same thing, nothing there. There's really nothing there. So if I go and I actually zoom in a bit on the actual image, you guys can see that there's a gaping hole here. And you guys can see here, it's not supposed to be like that. So I'm pretty certain that what's going on here is that basically they did not attach these parts here, which I'm gonna show you guys. They're supposed to be a little bit different, because I know we haven't seen them in the actual figure of it, just taking them out. Let me see, where are those ones here? I know, very professional. I always do things professionally, you know, first in class and all that stuff. Yeah, right. Okay, so look how the parts are. You see this? Now, I've always on the opinion that this was just the lower half. No, this is the whole part. This is the whole thing. As you guys can see, it's hollow here. So this part here attaches here. So I'm guessing what they did was they just removed the other ones and went like, hey, let's put them... okay, let's just take the pictures, and they forgot to put them back on. That's what I think happened there. And that's pretty sad. The person not doing, you know, the person doing this photo shoot, or the person that was in charge, wasn't really paying attention to it from the looks of it. But as you guys can see, pretty much everything else is the same. Besides, obviously, the shoulder pad is where it's difficult to see because it's just so dark. You know, the lighting isn't proper. You know, even here in the official images, you still can see a lot. And that's the thing, this thing is black. that's the big thing here. He's fully black, pretty much. And those areas, even if they use different tones of black, it's still gonna look black. So everything here just looks all bunched up together. But you can see that, yeah, it does have this design here, which it does have here. I know it doesn't look perfect. It does have the design here. You can see the little slut here where basically you move the chest up and down. This one has to have it as well. At least the waist area looks the same. The thighs look the same. The arms look the same. Again, and the shiny gold color is still there. You can still see it here. You can still see the reflection quite a bit. The chest one as well, you know, it's still there. The colors are still there, so they didn't change the colors. It's just the lighting. And you can see how the Scrander, now that it has more lighting, looks closer to this one. But on this one, they decided to tone down the lighting a little bit. The heat sink here, bat wings still look good. Now, one thing about these, we don't know if they're gonna have articulation or not. That hasn't been addressed. I think that maybe they'll have a little bit of articulation, so it doesn't really get in the way of the arms, because let's be honest, if you're gonna pull out a pose like this, see, there has to be a little bit of give here, because you're getting pretty darn close to them. You're pretty much almost touching them, and you know, if you don't want to get some scratches and stuff, you have to be careful. But so maybe these move a little bit, even if it's just not, you know, a couple centimeters is all it needs, honestly, for it to move like that. But if we go here, you guys can see that, yeah, even the little gold details there, so that's there, which is great. And pretty much everything here seems perfect. It even has the good thing about these new images is that you can see this part here, and you can see that it has 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So you have the little ridges. I know what you're gonna say, oh, this one looks shorter than this one. Is just because this camera angle is lower and this one is a lot further away, so that's why it looks like that. The face is one thing that we really can't get a good look at. Let me see if I can find another image. Okay, I think from here it looks better, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Let me just wow, this is 300. That's the most we can do with zoom. Okay, that's the most we can do with the zoom there. Well, that sucks. Could do a little bit more, but I guess I moved quite a few there. So let's go. Which one will be closer to that one? Yeah, I think this one. Yeah, I think this one. But as you guys can see here, the vents for the mask are there. The colors are there. That was something that we couldn't see of the face. So the color are there. You can see a little bit of the red. I know it's not gonna look perfect because this zoomed in and this picture isn't the best, like I said, and there's no other one where it captures the freaking face like that. In fact, let me check here. Oh, none of these. Great, none of them. So this is the best one we have of the face. Kind of sucks. Obviously, the eyes are not gonna look this yellow because remember, the one here, as you guys can see, has the LED lights on. You can tell it. But I expect all those details to be there. The horns are there. The scamander looks perfect. It looks like they did readjust it. If you remember on the last video, those other pictures, this freaking Kaiser powder looked like it was actually taller than the horns and it's supposed to be the exact same height. It looked like they didn't push it in completely because remember, this powder, it just goes in. You just push it in. There's no transformation. You just push it in, and that's how it's supposed to look like, which is great. And again, you know, the gaping hole, the side of the arm. Let me check that side of the arm. That, pretty sure it's the same design, but we're just gonna make sure here. This one, yeah, same shape here, same shape here, no problem. Even has the little part here on the back. That's good. And see how it's supposed to look like? You see how it's supposed to have this part here? It doesn't have anything here. That's why. That is why. It's the angle, and it's because it doesn't have it. So that's the gripes that people are having. And the arms as well look great. Yeah. Now the sword is where it can get a little bit weird. Let me see. This one, yeah. Okay. Now the sword, the gold looks to be the same. Like I said, it's just a line. You can see how the light, because the light here is hitting it from the front, but it's not that strong. Again, the person doing this lighting did a horrible job here. While here you can see that the lighting is hitting it, it's bouncing off, the reflection. Here you can see that it's reflecting, but you can see that, heck, I can tell you, this is a really small light that is not that strong. And this you can tell that it's a big light, really strong, because you can actually see a little bit of the circles there of the LEDs, and you can probably count them as you zoom in enough, and you have a good enough display. So yeah, the design is the same for the sword, for the Kaiser blade. I know what you're gonna say, Zero. This looks shiny, this does not. I'm pretty sure it's just the lighting, the way it hit, because even the jewel here doesn't look as shiny as it does here. And the chest one as well. But the chest one, so you guys can notice here, it looks pretty dark, and it looks pretty dark here. That's just how the light is hitting it. That's just it. But it still looks sharp, and it's still pointy, which is the good thing. And remember, once you have this thing in a proper lighting area, this is gonna look beautiful. Like, heck, I say that I'm gonna do this with mine. I'm gonna take mine to the living room, you know, after the video I've done reviewing it and stuff. I'm just gonna put it there during the daytime and just see how it looks like that. Let me know down in the comments if you would like me to make that into a video. I would love to. I mean, do that and do it in the dark. It would be pretty cool. So, oh, it's pretty much perfect. And this little thing here, this little, I just noticed this little gear there, that is present here as well, ain't it? Let's see where we can see it from the side. Not there, not that one. Oop. There's a lot. We haven't seen General Darkness. That's one of the things that I want to see. Maybe this one. It's too dark. It's too dark. And this thing is inside here. This actually on the joint. That's the actual joint. So it's too dark to see it. And I don't think we can see anywhere else. Maybe here. This? Yeah, this looks similar, yeah. It's just that it's in there. It's in here, and we can't really see it, so yeah. But it's nice that you can see that little detail there. Wasn't expecting that. So the other picture is this one. This grander from the side. Let me zoom in on it. Maybe not do 300, but still pretty close. And that one, we should have one that is also pretty close to this one, which is this one here. Okay. Same colors. Same freaking colors. They're there. They're there. So this guy, again, if this is the real thing, it hasn't changed much. It hasn't changed really a lot. And these hands, I think this one, at least this one, looks to be the battery operated one. When I say battery power operated, it's not that it's using real batteries, is that it's using what they call their joint system, which is basically for their articulated fingers. For this one, I think that has to be it, because let's see, where are they? Again, highly organized, highly professional of everything. I mean, professionalism here is to a point that when people see it, you know, they just go crazy. Okay, so the hands, let's see, more Scrander. I love this Scrander. That's one of the I know why people, you know, I understand why people are worried about this thing. Like, I canceled the Shungoki, when I canceled the SkyX Studio ones, especially, and one of the big reasons wasn't just the size and how it looked, but this Grander is beautiful. This is the most beautiful Grander they have done. I mean, it looks perfect, has beautiful colors, has a nice design and everything. So Yeah, I can understand why people would be, you know, it's $420 US. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, especially now. It's a lot of money, and you want this thing to be pretty much perfect. You know, you don't want any problems. So the hands here looks like this hand is this one. Yeah. Okay. So it's not the articulated ones, which are these one. Well, it's supposed to be this ones, I'm guessing. Could be wrong about that. Okay. So yeah, you know, sword looks good. We haven't seen these ones, but I'm guessing they're gonna look the same. We haven't seen the giant missile as well. And here is the actual, you know, powder going down. As you guys can see, it doesn't transfer anything, just goes down, and you can see that same height. So if you get yours and you see that this thing is higher than the horns, just, well, not these horns, these ones, just push it down a little bit more. That's all you have to do. Interruptions, man. But I was worried about this part here not looking sharp enough, at least from this picture. And this one here, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, from the looks of it, it looks pretty much the same. Yeah, the only thing is that this one here has a little bit of gap, and this one doesn't have the gap. So I'm guessing they just cut the corner on that one, you know, from the looks of it. But other than that, this thing looks spot on, pretty much spot on, pretty much perfect. You know, I really don't see anything else. Now, obviously, like I said, there's stuff we haven't seen. We haven't seen how the effect parts look. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen how general darkness looks. We don't know. We don't know if they cut corners on this guy or any of the effect parts. But from the looks of it, it's looking pretty solid. It's looking great. I really don't have any worries anymore, honestly. And I'm sorry that it took time to make this video. You know, I should have kept an eye out, but I just had other stuff to do. I really want to see General Darkness. Remember that this is pretty much where the articulated stand's gonna go. You know, I do want to see it, but... And so far so good. So far so good. I'm really happy that these images were released and that we got to see, you know, pretty much it looks the same. Pretty much the same, which is makes me really happy and really makes me confident. But I'm not gonna, you know, I have to stress this a lot. If you have your pre-order, maybe, and you're planning on canceling depending because of the images you saw, I say no. I say wait until you get in your hands. Well, first thing, make sure where you buy from, you're able to return and get your money back, obviously. But get yours, open it up, look at it, compare with the official images. They're available to everybody. You can go online, look at them. If you think you're not gonna have internet next month or by the end of this month, go and freaking save them already and everything. Or you can check back on this video if you want, or any of my other Mazinkaiser videos that I have done. I have everything on this guy. Look at it, compare them. If you see anything that you don't like, then I say send it back. If not, then you're happy with it, keep it. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do with mine. There's nothing wrong with doing that, because this is a $420 figure. This is really expensive. Not everybody can afford this, and trust me, I have let go a bunch of figures that you know I could have bought, but I decided not to because I wanted this guy. That's just how it goes. So yeah, guys, hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully it was enough to convince you that, hey, things are looking good, there's no problems here and there, and you know, settle a little bit of the nerves that people have there's a lot of nerves that people have, and hopefully we do get the final product, you know, looking this good. I from what I'm seeing here, I don't really see major changes. Everything looks great. Everything looks pretty perfect. Which Blitzway, you know, Blitzway has to hold up that standard. And honestly, I don't like how they have handled this whole situation. I don't like how they haven't been transparent enough. I wish they would have been more transparent with the release date, more transparent with these images here as well. I wish they would have been, hey, yeah, this is coming out, this and that, you know. They should be more transparent when it comes to that, and especially when you're paying these type of prices. And one thing, I know some people are like, oh, if you want something perfect, why don't you buy a statue? Well, because the thing is, with the statue, let me show you, I can show you right now. With a statue, let's say the statue is just this. Well, it looks cool, right? But eventually that statue, not only is it expensive, you're gonna be like, oh man, I want Mazinkaiser pulling out the sword. Oh, you can't do with that statue, you have to buy another statue. Man, I want Mazinkaiser just, you know, with the turbo smasher punches. Oh, you have to buy another statue. Oh, I want him flying with the turbo smasher punches. Oh, you have to buy another statue. I want him with the dual Kaiser blades. Oh, with another statue. You know, you guys get the drift. That's why super robots, that's why people want super robots in figure form, because we can do this. We can do all the poses. You know, we just need them to be good quality, that they don't fall apart, and then you can have Mazinkaiser with Grandizer, with freaking Shingetter 1, with Gundams, with Macross. You can have them with all of them. And soon CCS Toys, you know, coming out with their Ryoma Nagare, which I do have pre-order and still waiting. Hopefully they do ship it out this month. Soon we might get a Kabuto Koji, we might get a Tetsuya, a Hayato, a Benkia Musashi, a Go. Fuck, any of them. Do what Bandai isn't doing. Bandai has S.H.Figuarts. They could come out with a freaking Koji figure. No, they're not doing. Okay, CCS Toys is gonna do it. Okay, let's go with it. You know, and it's gonna be pretty awesome. That honestly, my collection when it comes to super robots is gonna end like this. Last one I'm gonna buy is Mazinger G, which we know SkyX Studio is doing it, so that will be the last one when it comes to the robots. And then I'm gonna focus on the pilots, and hopefully CCS Toys comes out with all of them. And that would be the end to my collection. You know, when it comes to that. And the only thing that I would honestly like buy, that I have left to buy, would be the armor set for my Chungoki Liger Zero, and that would be it. And then I'll be pretty happy with it. But I will still be making videos, you know. It's just that this hobby is really expensive, and when you get to these figures that are so highly priced and highly sought after, you have to be a little bit mindful, you know, how much money you spend into it, because you can go broke. You can go broke here. So yeah guys, that does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it's been a long one, but hey, new images, new everything. If we get more images, I will as well. And once we probably see the box, that's another thing that I want to see. I really want to see the box. I really want to see how they do it. From what I remember, Carbotix normally does it a window box, which I like, you know, but we'll see. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.